Hi, and thanks for joining me tonight for Seek and You Will Find. We're going to get some healings tonight. I've already got a couple of requests and I love them. So I'm excited to do this. And also happy belated Valentine's Day to everyone. I have a little quickie healing that I would like to give everyone before we get started with your questions. And that is a Valentine's Day healing through my eyes. And the way that I see Valentine's Day is father-daughter relationships, because that is the relationship that you build your marital relationships on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and do a healing for all the spirits and female bodies in the sanctuary tonight on their relationship with their fathers. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the energy for the whole Seek and You Will Find with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All righty. Let us see what is in your relationship space with your father. Oh, that's really beautiful. The first thing I see is gratitude. That is a wonderful vibration. I just want to say hello to that. Let it grow. And I want to take out conflict in that relationship space. If there's any conflict in your relationship space, it's showing up in the composite of everybody. And for this healing, I'm just doing it for this lifetime. So the conflict could go back to your younger years. And as soon as this is leaving, it's a really heavy, dark brown, red energy. And as fast as it's coming out, relief is coming in. And also, you know, this is a healing for your dads too, because there's a lot of regret from the fathers coming out. Then there is the issue of the fathers looking through a picture of you when you were much younger and relating to you through a younger picture, and having difficulty saying hello to you in present time, who you are. And then Supreme Being would like to give a forgiveness healing to this space. So I'm going to watch what Supreme Being does and tell you what I see. I'm watching years of energy that has been held on too tightly, that again is like a dark, heavy vibration. And there's a lot of invalidation in this on both parts, both for the fathers and the daughters. And what gets replaced is the vibration of joy. The way that I said that wasn't right. What it's being replaced with is the vibration of joy. And Supreme Being is laughing because there's a picture in here about being smarter than your dad, and Supreme Being is amused. There's a lot of love coming into this space. And then this is interesting. Supreme Being is saying that in some cases, it's actually better to make separations from the Father. And there's a healing going on to make separations from fathers that I'm listening for what's being said. Huh, that was interesting. Fathers that can't manage their hormones. And my take on that was fathers that can't control their rage. And then I'm going to ask Supreme Being to do a healing for those of you whose fathers have passed and no longer have a living physical body, but they're sure still around in their energetic body. And I was working with somebody earlier today, a client whose father had passed, and the healing had to do with giving the father his energy back. And that was a huge healing to the client because they got a lot of their energy back. So I'm going to ask Supreme Being to do that right now. Supreme Being had a message for those of us whose fathers have passed, that it is wasted time to remain pondering and worrying about what has happened in the past. And now a gold line of communication is being created for your communication with your father, whether it is in the body or to an energetic body. That's so nice. The whole healing was wrapped up by bringing in peace for that relationship. All right. Thank you, Supreme Being. Okay. So I'm going to get to some of your requests. Now, there are a number of people in the sanctuary tonight, so I just want to give you a heads up. I may or may not be able to get to all of the requests, so I'm going to do my best, but if there are too many, I'll have to move them along to next month. Okay. So just giving you a heads up on that. So my first request tonight is one that I really like because I think we've all experienced it at one point or another. I am having mild depression these days, which I feel is connected to my work. I don't know how to phrase it like a question, but would appreciate a hello and some feedback. Okay. Let me go ahead and take a look at this for the person requesting this, and then I'm going to do a group healing. The first thing I see is that at your particular place of work, the energy is very isolating, and there's not a lot of permission to run your female energy the way that you would like to, or even very much at all. So, when we don't run our female energy, it's like our body gets depleted. It's like not feeding it water. And I see that your creative energy could use a nice little boost. And more than anything, I see you are completely underappreciated. And that can be depressing just on its own. When we go to mock up a job, we want to create a job that feeds us, that recognizes our talents, our skills, and maybe even challenges us a little bit. But it can be a place where you learn and grow. And what I'm seeing in this particular space for you is that you have outgrown the job. And when I say that, some fear lights up in your space about changing. And so I'm going to address that fear. So a lot of the depression for you, I'm finding in the lower body chakras, 1, 2, and 3, and they all have to do with survival and the emotions and how you run your energy. And what I'm going to do is bring your crown up to a vibration that looks like a really good one for you to create your next step in. It's a really pretty sky blue. And I just want to say, remember that the energy vibration that you create a new job in is the energy vibration that job will return to you in. So you want to have really your energy as high as you can when you go to create that mock-up or that next step, because that's the vibration you want it coming in at. Not you don't want to make a lateral move where you're leaving one job and the next job that you go into is the same kind of yucky energy. Great. And your energy channels are being filled in with gold. So I see your next step as a medium sky blue. And thank you so much for that request. Now I'm going to turn to the group and check for any past depression or present time depression from work. There are so many voices from people in this space demanding from you. Just demand, demand, demand. It sounds like a bunch of squabbling. It almost sounds like a hen house. So what's coming out is like the constant pressure of expectations, judgments, and demands. And what I see, because a lot of you are spirits in female bodies, is that there's a programming that I'm going to address about having to be like a good girl or the nice girl, and where that supersedes things, even when it brings your own wellness into question, and how hard it is when you have that programming in your space to create a boundary and to back people off, because that programming tells you, no, you should be nice, you should be doing things for others. And that programming actually is where we wind up thinking that our validation is going to come from that, but in fact it winds up being a control game. So I'm going to work on this right now. This programming is in the heart chakra. And it has to do with a picture that says, like me, or like, please like me. And how powerful that picture is, because it will make you unconsciously continue a behavioral pattern that works against you. I know with companies now that are loading, like, or I should say, like doubling up positions into one. I see that a lot with my clients, and how their expectations are just getting exponential, um, for what is expected of you as a worker. So creating permission for you to create some boundaries for yourself, that's really important. And I'm going to clear the fear that if you create a boundary, that somehow you're going to lose your job. And again, that's the threat, that's the control game, so that you don't say anything and just keep assuming more and more and more work. And a boundary doesn't necessarily have to be saying, no, I'm not going to do that project. A boundary can be energetic, and you backing off all the people and the expectation and demand energy. That can be creating a boundary where you can then work at your own energy vibration. And now I'm just going to take plain old garden variety work out of your space. And as I do that, a lot of unconscious energy comes out, and a lot of energy in the lower body chakras. and some pain and discomfort. And then last but never least, I'm going to bring the crown chakra up to a higher vibration than where almost every company sets their energy. It's rare to find a company that sets the energy for the people at a high vibration. And your natural spiritual vibration is actually very high, especially if you're a spirit in a female body. It's very high. And so a lot of times you might go into a male controlled business and the energy's set down here, but your natural vibration is up here. And if the energy is controlled, that may force you to start to lower your energy vibration, which is counterproductive. But it happens all the time, every day, all over the place. So here's my little plug for learning energy tools. The more you learn about your own energy and how to manage it, the happier you're going to be no matter where you are. Because if you go into a work environment where the energy is set really low, the one thing you do have control over is your own aura. That's right. That's your business, your own aura. So you can set the energy however you want in your aura. And you can put a protection rose on the outer edge of it to back people off. But that's something that you can do no matter where you go. And the last thing I'm going to do is take the programming out of the crown chakra that the companies put in the crown chakra. And may I just add that this has to do not just with going into a brick and mortar business, but this has to do with everybody that's working online for a company. That programming in the crown is like dirty and crusty and brown. Okay. I'm going to bring some gold into the crown chakras. And then also what came in was freedom. Your freedom to create an environment that works for you, that is beneficial to you, that feeds you, that helps you grow. So that was a great request. Thank you. I have another couple ones on my phone here. If you'll just give me a minute. Oh yeah, I like all these questions. Hope you had a fun Valentine's Day. Not sure if you do have a Valentine or if you are like me. I still have fun. Celebrate with friends, enjoy a nice dinner, dessert, chocolates, flowers, etc. Which brings me to my question, do I really need a Valentine? Am I missing out? Am I not open to the idea of having someone in my life? Am I a weirdo? Please heal if necessary. If not, no worries. Thank you. What I really like about this is it addresses the invalidation that comes up every Valentine's Day. And that can be if you have a partner and you have expectations of that partner and the partner doesn't come through, or if you don't have a partner and your expectations of wanting a partner but not having one. So this is a really great request. I'm going to take a look at this. course, a lot of the energy is stuck in the second chakra, which is in your abdomen, and that is your sexual and emotional chakra. So there's some sorrow coming out and whining. And you know, that invalidation comes from a picture that's out there that has to do with coupling, and that is I'm trying to think of how to articulate this. The picture is there's something wrong with you if you're not coupled, and there isn't anything wrong with you. You may just have different goals. You might, as a spirit, not be interested in that, or you might be in a phase in between partners, but there's a lot of energy on that picture that you are supposed to be coupled with someone. There's a big chunk of junk, a chunk of junk coming out of your heart chakra. It looks like a hockey puck. And also some jealousy coming out. So, you know, what's great about the person that asked this question is the explanation of what they actually did on Valentine's Day, and how that actually was like a win-win, but the energy of invalidation came in and tried to destroy that. So I'm going to clean out some destroy energy. And to the person that asked this question, your Valentine space is this beautiful peachy gold. It's so pretty. So thank you. I'm going to fill everybody in with gold. And what was really cool about filling everybody in with gold is I saw immediately everybody has their own picture of Valentine's Day, but their own picture that validates them. So immediately, instead of everybody being crunched into trying to figure out why this one picture doesn't work for them, everybody started creating, oh, okay, I can have my freedom, I can have this, I can have joy, I can have laughter, I can have whatever I want on Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be this picture that our society holds up as being the norm. Oops. Okay, let me check. Okay. My request for tonight is a healing to my money space, please. I have money that is owed to me for over a month from my maternity leave, and it's stuck. Okay, this is almost too good to be true because it's a great segue into the class that I planned for March, which is, yay, a money class. Woo! And what we're going to do is clean out the energy of our money. So I love this request, and I will work on the person and their request, and then I'll give a healing to everybody where you have stuck energy in your money space, especially owed money. Maybe owed money you didn't even know about. There's a lot of snake energy in this space. There is a female holding this up, and I'm going to give her a next step healing. Yeah, the reason I wanted to give, at least what I see is a woman, this healing is because this woman has something to do with the process of getting that money to you. And it looks to me like she's overwhelmed. So rather than keep it the way that it is, what I want to do is change the energy of the situation to a win-win situation. Right now, the person or people that need to cut you your check, it's not like a win for them the way that they're looking at it. And so we want to change that around. And clearing some of your anger out of the situation. We want to call that back so that that's not further hindering the process. And then I think what I'll do to finish this healing off for you is a forgiveness healing. And I just, as that forgiveness healing is wrapping up, I just want to caution you to be very careful to try not to throw energy at the situation. I had to pull a bunch of your energy out of future time that was being thrown out there. and even thrown at the people. And so we don't want to create karma. Let's always remember that. So helped you pull your energy back, and Supreme Being gave everybody in the situation a forgiveness healing. So that was a really good request. Thank you. Now I'm going to turn to the group, and I'm going to clean out a space in case anybody owes you money. And what's coming out is tremendous defeated energy. And also, like the energy of just not even feeling like you have a right to speak up for yourself, to get the situation handled. And your parents' pictures about money come into play here. And what I see is that in general, it looks to me like you have more havingness than your parents and their money pictures, but that the parents' pictures, because they're a little bit of a lower vibration, sometimes affect and dominate your actions. So I'm going to clear that out. I'll have to say there's some really stuck energy here, because some of it's like really old. And there, oh, I know what that is. The energy of a grudge energy. We got to get that out of there. Where you're just like at the person that owes you money. In fact, here's what I would do. This is just my suggestion. If somebody owes you money, the first thing I would do is call all of your energy out of it. Collect up any energy that you might have thrown at the person, your anger, your disgust, conflict, whatever that is. Call it back out of them, bring it into a gold sun, and fill yourself in with that gold sun. And then have a conversation with Supreme Being and create a mock-up to receive that money. And it doesn't matter how or where or when you're going to receive that. Well, you should put an end date on it. I take that back. But that mock-up is not contingent upon the other person necessarily. You can mock something up for the highest and best good of all involved, and it can completely turn the situation around. But what's really important is that you don't have your energy being thrown into the situation, because that antagonizes it and it will keep it pushed out into future time. Boy, that's another hunk of junk coming out. Oh, I know what that is. That's some of your resistance to the control game. And it has to do with where you feel you've lost power in that arena. So that is a red energy that's coming out. And a lot of it's coming out of the heart chakra. And then I'm just going to give you a quick little healing in the third chakra because that's tied in. That's your energy distribution chakra. You know, when we get stuck on something and like a little pit bull, you know, you can't let go of it. That ties up the energy in your third chakra. And then before you know it, your energy starts crashing on you because that third chakra is your energy distribution chakra, and it kind of determines where all your energy is going to run. So if that gets clogged, then it's hard to get moving. Okay, I'm going to fill you all in with gold. Okay, see how much energy there is on money? Like we just looked at a tiny little sliver of money, but I'll give you an example of how money, the energy on money can impact you just on a daily level. Let's say you go to the store and you want to buy something and it's gone up 200%. You know how prices are going up right now. And so you pay for it, and the change that you get back is not the same amount of change that you were expecting. So you look at it and you're like grumbling, and it's like, gosh, that's just like not enough. You take that money that you just threw energy at and you put it in your wallet, and guess what? That energy sits there in your wallet and it says, that's not enough. And so let's say then the next thing that happens is your friend comes up to you and says, hey, can you break a 20? And you go into your wallet and you do have two tens. So you give that person your two $10 bills and you take their money. Well, Lord only knows what kind of energy is on their money, and that goes in your wallet. And then you've got all kinds of foreign energy in your wallet that you don't have control over unless you ground your wallet. So that's one of the things we're going to be doing in the class in March. We're going to be grounding our wallets and our bank cards and checkbooks. So it's a good thing to do really on kind of a regular basis to clean out that whole money space. And we're going to take a look at different kinds of energy that get in there. But that's what the class is going to be in March. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let me go to another question here. And thank you for that request. I've had trouble with sleep my whole life, and now as I'm older, it's even worse. Please help. Okay, I will try. The first thing I see is that your astral body is in fear, and it's in fear because it doesn't have a safe place um, when it leaves your physical body. So I'm going to work on you to help try to bring a sense of safety to the astral body. And it's because there are a lot of beings in the house. Yeah, it's hard to get your astral body to relax. There's a lot of fear in it. Um, just give me a minute here. So, what's going on is with that much fear in there, you haven't been able to get out very far on the astral. So, you don't really go into a deep sleep. Oh, good. Supreme Being is helping ground your astral body and bringing it to a really nice, clear blue. It kind of looked, it was white, like a light pearl gray energy, but it looked tired, obviously. Um, yeah, it just looked tired, like it hasn't had a good night's rest. Oh, good. Supreme Being's bringing in lots of gold into your astral body. It's getting like a rejuvenation. And your silver cord is getting a healing. That's the line of energy that connects your astral body to your physical body. All right. Going to fill you in with gold. Gold and slumber. Okay. Thank you for that request. I'm going to give everyone in the sanctuary an astral body healing now. There's a lot of non-communication going on with the astral body, where the astral body doesn't really get too much of a hello. And unfortunately, in our culture, we don't really talk about astral bodies or the spiritual energetic body, but it's such a vital part of your good sleep because that is the body that you leave your physical body in. You go out in your astral body form out onto the astral, which is an energetic space with different layers on it, to go and create, get ideas, solve problems. And so if you can't sleep, it's very hard to have those things happen in the body because we go out on the astral, get our ideas or solve our problems, then come back and bring that information back into the body. And all of that information comes back into the body, into the third chakra and the solar plexus. And some of you have not had an astral body healing in a long time. And there are some beings that have gotten into this space too. And I'll admit, some of those beings are scary. I'm working on clearing low-level destroy beings out of your astral space. And Supreme Being is coming in and giving you a healing at your third chakra, which is where your silver cord connects. And then your silver cord is being healed. Okay. Supreme Being is wrapping up with that. Now, I do want to say this. Some of you, rather than have a better night's sleep, which is my hope, you might have more awareness of the layers of the astral that you've been going out on, which could possibly be low-level layers. And, you know, I had a client once who would go to sleep and fight all night in his sleep. And turns out like he was spending all his time on these lower levels of the astral in combat because he still had his energy stuck in past war lifetimes. So once that was cleared out and the karma was brought into present time, then the sleep got better. So there can be all kinds of reasons why you might wake up and have bad dreams or remember scary things. I don't know why I started saying that, but that is my 2 cents on sleep and what happened. Oh yeah, now I remember that if you do have a bad dream or something, it's not that that's starting. It's that now you have better memory of it because your third chakra got cleaned out, and that's where your out of body memory is. That's why I was talking about it. All right. Let me go get another. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe what time it is. I have just been yapping away. Okay. My birthday is 2/22/22. Turning 61. Was born in 61. What is between me and me receiving the blessings like a job that I feel are coming in? Thank you. Well, first off, this is going to be a very good year for you. Your creative energy is getting freed up in a way that it hasn't been in a long time. And it looks very opalescent. And when I look kind of out on your timeline for the year, I see a lot of that creative energy. So one of the things I'm hearing about you in what gets between you and getting bringing in your blessings is the vibration of hope. Now, you've probably all heard me talk about hope. Hope is a future time energy. So if you find yourself hoping for a new job or hoping for a relationship or hoping for more money to come in, guess what? It's going to constantly be pushed out into future time, because if you're in hope, you're not in your body, you're out in future time. And what do we know about mock-ups? We know that you have to be in your body to receive a mock-up. So if you're out in future time in the vibration of hope, you're not there to receive what's coming to you. So that might take a little bit of work on your part to start to condition yourself to call your energy out of hope and bring it back into present time. And I'm going to give you a healing on that right now. By the way, the reason we get stuck in hope is if we either don't know how to use our creative energy or are invalidated about our creative energy. And in your case, you've been invalidated about your creative energy the last more than a couple of years. And that's why I was saying I see this year as being a really good year for you coming up, because your creative energy is starting to flow again. It's starting to get moving again. Your body's getting stronger. All right, you're coming back into present time. That was a fair amount of hope spread out on your future timeline. And I saw that as a white energy. And then when you came back into your body, guess what happened? You came into your certainty. So your certainty is a wonderful creative vibration. So once you're in present time, you can do your mock-ups again. All right, thank you for that. And I'm going to do a healing about for receiving, for everybody in the sanctuary, to remove blocks from receiving what you want, your bounty. Well, that is not what I expected, but it has to do with going into competition with Supreme Being and ego, and how instead of letting the universe bring your mock-up back to you, there's a lot of energy of like going into competition with Supreme Being and trying to control the mock-up and determine how or when or where it's going to come to you. So I'm going to ask Supreme Being to do a healing on that communication space between you and Supreme Being, especially in your creative process. And there's a lot of hope again, so everybody, not everybody, but a lot of you had a match with the person that asked the question. So I'm also going to clear that, bring that hope vibration back into present time. And then there's just like some invalidation, both like when you go to create a mock-up, create your picture, and then also in your receiving quadrant of your mock-ups. So we're going to clear that out. Oh, that's great. That's coming out really well. All right. Okay, I'm going to fill that in with gold. And then I have time for one more healing. I know what it is. And what I'm going to do is give everybody a skeletal healing. And the person who requested the healing asked to have me work on a specific bone in the body. So I'm going to give everybody a healing on their skeletal system and then do a specific healing for the requestee. All right. To the person that requested this, what's cool to look at is the last time I looked at this, the bone looked mushy, and it's getting firmer. It's healing. That's good. I'm really happy to see that. It might not be healing as fast as you would like, but it looks to me like it is healing. Okay, I'm going to go through everybody's skeletal system. And I'll tell you how I'm doing this, just in case you want to do it at home. It's safe to do these healings at home. I'm flushing the skeletal system with gold. And what I'm watching as the skeletal system gets flushed with gold is it's relaxing. So a lot of where it's been sticking or stuck or out of place, that's starting to relax. A lot of energy being cleared out of the lower back, mid back. Pelvis. And the feet. I had a lot of pain in the feet. And there's a lot of worry coming out of the skeletal system. And what I see about that is it dries it out. What's cool about using gold to flush that skeletal system is it rejuvenates it, and it just brings light to every part of the bones. All right. Going to fill you all in with gold. Wow, those were some great requests tonight. Thank you. And thanks for sticking around. I know I went on longer than I usually do, but I appreciate you sticking around to find out what the next healing was going to be and the next healing. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I just want to give you a quickie as to what's coming up. Our next thing is, Female Fridays, and it's passion. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to be running passion and doing a meditation for it. And then, like I said, coming in March, we have the money class. And so I will look forward to seeing you all. That Friday class is free for anyone who has a female body. So you can always ask your friends too, and to join you if they would like. So the only thing is that they just need to go register so that they can get the link to get into that meditation. All right, you guys, thank you. I've got my eyes on you. Have a wonderful evening. And thank you again for such great questions. Bye-bye.